so sorry, Mrs. Director. It's my fault you had to spend your birthday dinner alone at the restaurant. That must have been awful.
Excuse me? Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm Jessica, the new nurse at Tom's hospital. Dr. Tom has been so kind to me.
Ah, you work at my husband's hospital. Yes, the birthday dinner interruption was disappointing, but emergencies are part of a doctor's job. You don't need to apologize, Jessica. Thank you for handling the emergency surgery.
Huh? What emergency surgery? There wasn't any emergency patient.
What? But Tom said he was rushing to the hospital. Wasn't there a car accident victim brought in? He said it was urgent and couldn't wait.
Oh, did he say that? Oh, Tom lying to his wife just to come running to me.
I'm confused. What exactly happened? What was Tom called in for?
Actually, I just called him by mistake.
Pardon?
The truth is, the patient brought in was just a drunk. He was found collapsed on the street, but then he suddenly tried to attack me. I got scared and called Tom.
I see.
Other nurses and the on-call doctor quickly helped, but I was so scared I couldn't focus on work. I just wanted to hear Tom's voice, so I called him. He's always been so supportive. It was just a reflex, I guess.
A reflex? I see. My husband seems to have been very supportive of you.
I'm really sorry, Mrs. Director. I had no idea you were enjoying a birthday dinner together. It must have been embarrassing to dine alone.
Don't worry about it. It's his duty as a doctor and hospital director to respond to emergencies. Now that the problem's solved, he'll be coming back, right? I'll wait a bit longer at the restaurant. Maybe I can still catch the last dessert course.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Director. The thing is, Tom is worried about me, so he's insisting on driving me home.
What?
I'm actually supposed to work the night shift, but Tom is so concerned. He said I shouldn't push myself and should go home today. He even offered to drive me himself.
I see. Well, I'm sorry for hogging your full-course meal all to myself. I guess I'll borrow your husband a bit longer. Tom, where on earth are you right now?
Huh? Working at the hospital, of course.
Then, where were you last night? You didn't come back to the restaurant, and you didn't come home until morning.
The emergency surgery from yesterday evening dragged on until morning. So I just stayed at the hospital. Sorry, forgot to contact you in all the chaos.
Stop with the convenient lies. There was no emergency patient requiring surgery yesterday, was there? Just a drunk patient who tried to make a pass at the new nurse, and the kind-hearted director personally drove her home, right?
Huh? How do you know about that?
Jessica was kind enough to contact me. She said, sorry for ruining your birthday dinner, but I'll be borrowing your husband a bit longer. So let me ask again. Where did you spend the night? Don't tell me you stayed at her place.
You already know that much. There's no point in hiding it. Yes, I stayed at her place. Just as you guessed.
What?
But don't get the wrong idea. She was just insistent on thanking me, saying I should at least come in for tea. That's all.
How does having tea turn into an overnight stay? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, the tea she made was really good, you know? We got caught up in conversation, and before I knew it, it was morning.
Before you knew it? Don't be ridiculous. Staying overnight at another woman's house, even if she's an employee, is unacceptable. I don't want to think about unnecessary things, but you two are clearly acting strange.
Huh? What's strange about it? I was just worried about an employee and drove her home.
It's a woman's intuition. I've never seen you be this kind to an employee before. Besides, how does a new nurse even know my line contact?
She probably saw it in the staff directory. The directory has everyone's phone numbers, and you're listed as hospital staff too. If she wanted to, she could easily contact you via line.
True, I am in charge of the hospital's back office work as your wife. I thought I knew all the employment details, but I've never heard of a girl like her before.
Ah, well, that's...
Whenever we hired new staff, you always consulted me or at least reported it afterwards. But this time, there wasn't even a post-report.
I just forgot. Things have been busy lately with all the holidays and events. Besides, Jessica was recommended by an acquaintance, and I couldn't refuse. I just quickly processed her hiring on my own.
Recommended by an acquaintance? What do you mean? Is she the daughter of someone you owe a favor to? Or a relative of an acquaintance? If so, it's all the more reason I should have been informed. Tell me specifically what kind of person she is.
Shut up! Just because you're my wife doesn't mean you need to know everything. Stop acting so high and mighty.
I'm not acting high and mighty. I'm just asking questions because I'm curious about various things.
What? Don't talk back to me, woman. I've always told you, haven't I? You're just supposed to silently work behind the scenes for me in my hospital. Don't interfere with my decisions.
I see. So that's how you've always seen me. Just someone to work silently behind the scenes. I understand now.
Good. As long as you understand. Now, stop asking unnecessary questions.
One last question, Tom. How long has this been going on with Jessica?
That's none of your business. Drop it.
It is my business when it affects our marriage and the hospital's reputation. But fine, I'll stop asking. I think I've heard enough.
Good. Let's not discuss this anymore.
All right. I'll be staying at my sister's place for a few days. I need some time to think.
What? Can't just leave. Who's going to handle the hospital's paperwork?
I'm sure Jessica can help you with that. After all, she's been so supportive of you lately.
Don't be ridiculous. She's just a nurse. She can't handle your work.
Then maybe you should have thought about that before you stayed the night at her place. Goodbye, Tom.
Mrs. Director, I'm so sorry. I've caused you trouble again. I really don't know how to apologize this time.
What is it this time? I don't have any dinner plans with my husband today, so I don't understand why you're apologizing.
Actually, I'm pregnant with Tom's child. So, you'll have to divorce Tom. I'm really sorry it's because of me.
What?
But I promise I'll work hard for your share too. I'll definitely make Tom and the child happy.
Wait a moment, please. If you're pregnant, I guess you two really were in that kind of relationship.
Oh, you already knew? And you made that annoying call on purpose? But to think it would go beyond an affair to pregnancy, and with an acquaintance's daughter, no less.
What? Acquaintance's daughter? Who are you talking about? I thought you and Tom met at university.
Huh? What are you talking about? Tom and I just happened to meet at university. He was a guest lecturer at our school, and I thought he was attractive, so I asked for his contact information.
What? So you started dating after that?
Job hunting was super easy thanks to Tom. I got an immediate job offer, and the work is so simple, it's been amazing.
It's not just a connection hire. It's disgusting to have your affair partner at your workplace.
Could you stop calling me his affair partner? I'm carrying his child and about to become his wife, not just some fling he's playing around with.
I see. So you've already decided everything. How convenient for you both.
I guess being a nurse really is the fastest route to marrying a doctor. I always decided that if I were to get married, it would be to a high-earning private practice doctor. That's why I went to nursing school. But I never thought my life would go this smoothly according to plan.
So you approached Tom for his money from the start? And he fell right into your trap.
It might have started as a money thing, but now I truly love him. I love Tom because he's sweet, kind, and rich. And unlike you, he loves me because I'm young and cute. We're in love with each other, unlike you and him.
Oh, is that so?
On the contrary, it's sad that you don't even have love between you and him. He often said he only thought of you as a cheap labor he could hire as a wife.
What?
You're not even seen as a woman anymore. It's pathetic. But I guess that makes it easier for you to give up. From now on, I'll be the director's wife, so take care. There's no place for you anymore.
I see. So that's how it is. You seem to have it all figured out, Jessica.
That's right. Congratulations. The old hack can disappear now. You're just a used-up old woman.
All right, I'll disappear without you telling me to. Well then, as the new director's wife, take good care of him and the hospital. There's a lot to do, but I'm sure you can handle it since you're young.
Huh? All I need to do is create a happy home with him and spend my days at home freely enjoying his money, right?
The director's wife doesn't have that kind of free time. Let me tell you about your future work.
What? Work?
First, there's the hospital's financial management system. Budget planning, staff scheduling, handling patient complaints, processing insurance claims. Oh, and planning hospital events, negotiating medical equipment purchases, managing drug inventory. Then there's maintaining important legal documents. And participation in community and business activities is crucial too. Since he's not good with administrative tasks, the new director's wife, Jessica, will have to do all of this. You're prepared, right?
What? Wait a minute. What's with this enormous workload?
What do you mean? This is the minimum workload for a director's wife. Until now, I've been doing all of this by myself. But from now on, it's the job of the new director's wife, Jessica.
What? There's no way one person can handle all this.
Excuses like I can't do it won't work. Even if you can't, you have to keep doing it. That's what being a director's wife means.
Huh?
Cost reduction is the most important thing for him as a director. Since marrying me, he's been constantly reducing staff. And all that work was dumped on me. It's been really busy every day until now.
You're kidding. I didn't hear anything about it being this busy.
As you wanted, private practice doctors earn quite well. Thanks to that, we've had a life without financial worries. But the director's wife doesn't have time to freely enjoy spending money.
This is totally different from what Tom told me. He said I wouldn't have to do anything, that I could just relax at home like his wife does.
So the thought of me like that until the end, even though I denied it many times.
Huh?
I've been working from home recently because I can concentrate better. But since he's at the hospital, he can't see how much work I do, and he misunderstood, thinking I'm just lounging around at home. Of course, I denied it many times, but he never believed me.
Do I really have to do all this by myself? What about Tom? I don't want such a busy job. Why don't you keep doing all the work like before?
Oh my, aren't I just a used-up old woman? As you wished, I have to disappear right away. There's no way someone like me would take on the work.
No way. Then Tom, the hospital, and all the work are up to you. I'll quickly divorce him and take it easy for a while.
Divorce? But what about your pregnancy? Weren't you going to make Tom happy?
I didn't know it would be this complicated. I just wanted a comfortable life with a rich doctor.
Life is rarely that simple, Jessica. Especially when you're dealing with someone like Tom.
What should I do? I can't handle all this work.
And that's for you to figure out. You wanted to be the director's wife, remember?
But you've been doing it all this time. Can't you help me?
I thought I was just a used-up old woman. Why would you want my help now?
I'm sorry, okay? I was wrong. Please, can't you give me some advice?
Advice? Here's some advice. Think very carefully about what you really want in life. Is this the future you envisioned for yourself?
No, it's not. I just wanted to be taken care of. I didn't want all this responsibility.
Well, now you know the reality of the situation. What are you going to do about it?
I don't know. I need to think.
That's probably a good idea. In the meantime, I suggest you have a long, honest conversation with Tom about expectations and responsibilities.
You're right, I will. Thank you, Sarah.
Good luck, Jessica. You're going to need it.
What's going on, Sarah? Suddenly Jessica is talking about marrying me, even though she's carrying my child.
Oh my. I wonder what happened. She was so happy about snatching you away from me.
She's saying she doesn't want to marry if I'm going to push so much work on her. I heard various things from Jessica, but were you really doing that much work?
Yes, I was. I should have explained it to you. The amount is too much for me alone, I said. But you ignored my words. No one else would do it, so I was just chasing the work in front of me day after day. But finally, I'm liberated from that hell.
I had no idea. Why didn't you tell me?
I did tell you, Tom, many times. You just never listen.
But I thought you were just complaining about small things. I didn't realize.
Of course you didn't. You were too busy with your affair to notice what was happening right under your nose.
Sarah,
Save it, Tom. It's too late for apologies now.
What do you mean?
The wife who was doing all that dumped work is gone due to divorce, and now the next wife is running away too. The hospital will be finished if you don't hire someone. You need at least 5 administrative staff, I think. That'll increase personnel cost.
You've got to be kidding. Do we really need to hire that many?
Of course. You being stingy would hate that idea. Then there's only one thing to do. You need to quickly persuade her and chase after her.
I have to chase after her.
She's pregnant with your child, right? If things stay like this, you'll end up paying child support without even getting married. Increased personnel cost and child support payments, it's going to be a big expense.
Wait. This is all happening too fast. I need to think.
Think? Now you want to think? Wasn't it your lack of thinking that got us into this mess in the first place?
I know, but... Sarah, what if the baby isn't mine?
What?
Hey, what if the baby in Jessica's belly isn't mine? Would you forget about the affair and continue managing the hospital's administration?
What are you talking about, Tom?
Actually, I'm not sure if the baby is mine. I was happy when I heard about the pregnancy, but thinking about it carefully, the timing seems off.
There's no possibility?
That's right. When I calculated back to the time of conception, it was during a really busy period. We had a lot of patients due to an infectious disease outbreak, and I hardly had any days off. I didn't even have any dates or sleepovers with Jessica during that time.
Oh my. That's an inconvenient story, but it has nothing to do with me. I'm going through with the divorce, and I have no intention of helping you with your hospital anymore.
But Sarah, please! I made a mistake! A huge mistake! Can we work this out?
Work this out? After everything that's happened? After you called me cheap labor? After you ignored all my hard work for years? I don't think so, Tom.
I know I've been terrible. I took you for granted. I didn't appreciate everything you did for me in the hospital. But I see it now. Please, give me another chance.
It's too late for that, Tom. You've made your bed. Now lie in it.
What am I supposed to do without you? The hospital will fall apart.
That's not my problem anymore. You should have thought about that before you started your affair.
Sarah, please. I'm begging you. Help me fix this mess.
Fix it yourself, Tom. I'm done cleaning up after you.
But...
Well then, I'll be taking my leave. I'll be sending the divorce papers and alimony claim through my lawyer soon. So please, respond promptly.
Sarah, wait!
Mrs. Director, Sarah, can we talk?
What is it now, Jessica? I thought I made it clear that I don't want anything to do with either of you anymore.
Please, I need your help. It's about the paternity test.
The paternity test? What about it?
Please, Mrs. Director, help me fake the paternity test results right now.
What? I once thought about giving up on my marriage to Tom, but I had a child in my belly and I knew it would be impossible to raise them alone. So I reluctantly went back to Tom. And do you know what he said? I'll forgive you for running away once, but first we need a DNA test. He's doubting my child. Oh my. Couldn't you just agree to the test? The fact that you're asking me to fake the result, I guess the child really isn't his.
Who cares about that? Just hurry up and help me fake the test results. You've been handling hospital paperwork all this time. You should be able to quickly prepare something that looks like a diagnosis or test result, right?
Don't be ridiculous. I want nothing to do with either of you.
If you cooperate, of course I'll reward you. I'll ask Tom to hire you back. Wouldn't that make you happy?
Happy? To go back to that toxic environment? You must be joking.
I mean, divorced at your age and losing your job too, that's tough. It would be better if you at least had a job, right? I'll ask Tom to give you a nice salary. It helps me, and you'll have a job and financial stability. Let's cooperate, new wife and old wife.
You really don't understand, do you? I don't want to go back. I don't need Tom's money or his job.
But what will you do?
That's none of your concern. I can take care of myself.
Please, I'm begging you. Help me with this and I'll do anything you want.
Anything I want?
Yes, anything. Just name it.
You're right. This must be fate. So let's cooperate and be considerate of each other.
Really? Oh, thank you. I knew you'd understand.
What? I just sent a screenshot of this conversation to Tom. Desperately asking me to fake DNA test results should be enough evidence to deepen Tom's suspicions.
Oh, come on! What have you done?
Oh, and don't worry about me. I'm an old lady, but I can find my own job. A part-time gig isn't a big deal.
Don't do this to me. Tom's calling me nonstop now.
Well, I'll be going now. I'm a used-up old woman, so don't contact me ever again.
Wait, please, you can't leave me like this.
Goodbye, Jessica. I hope you've learned something from all this.
Sarah, can we talk, please?
What is it, Tom? I thought everything was settled with the divorce.
It's about the hospital. Things are not going well.
I'm sorry to hear that, but I don't see how that concerns me anymore.
The staff is quitting left and right. Patients are leaving. We're losing money fast. I need your help.
And why should I help you?
Because despite everything, I know you care about the hospital, about the patients. Please, Sarah, I'm not asking for myself. I'm asking for all the people who depend on our hospital. I know I don't deserve your help. I know I've been terrible to you. But please, if not for me, then for the sake of the hospital and its patients.
I'll think about it, but I'm not making any promises.
Thank you, Sarah. That's more than I deserve.
Yes, it is. Goodbye, Tom. Shortly after my divorce with Tom was finalized, and I filed for compensation from both of them, Tom agreed to pay several times the usual amount in a lump sum, on the condition that hospital management is all about image, so don't make this public. However, after that, Tom's affair was exposed. He and Jessica got into a huge fight. Jessica went around town shouting, "The director of this hospital is the worst." He took advantage of a college student and then abandoned her when she got pregnant. The rumors spread like wildfire, and the number of patients plummeted. Employees are quitting one after another, and there are rumors that the hospital will go bankrupt this month.